So this is my lesson plan, and I have a helper helping me today. So in the beginning, I will start off with the class and ask them, what does the letter T make? And they will respond with a T sound. Then I'll ask them what the letters CH make when we put those together, and then they will respond Ch. Then I'll ask them what the letter Z makes, and then they will respond with Z. And that will be our review before we begin the lesson. Alrighty. So today we will learn how to replace the sounds we are familiar with to create new words. In the future, this will help the learner know how to sound out words we do not know based off of words we do know. The objective will be to be able to create new words by adding, deleting, or substituting sounds from the words. So our motivation is going to be, we say as a class the whole alphabet using only the sounds of the letters and not actually saying the letters. So for example, we would say A, B, K, D to represent the letter sounds and not just the letters. And we would do that through the whole alphabet. So in the procedures, we'll begin with the activity, drop and say activity. And so my printer wasn't working, so I actually had to draw this off. So let's see, let me pull off. So this is what the worksheet would actually look like, except it would be pictures of deer, cat, house, cow, ant, eye, and ice. So I'll give that to my helper. Okay. And so to begin the activity, we'll provide each student with game pieces. So we will use pennies, because that's all I have right now. Alrighty. And then I will draw cards. I don't actually have those cards, but I'll show you an example of what the cards would be. So that would look something like that, and it would be a picture of the deer. So what we'll do, let's say we draw deer. So when we draw the word deer, if we subtract the D, then we would sound that out, d-ear, and we would hear the word ear. So if we actually subtract the D from the word, we get the word ear. And so the students will then place a penny or whatever coin we have on the ear word. I don't actually have ear on there. So if we drew ear, we would replace it to add the D sound on deer. Alrighty, let's see. So if we drew a card and the student did not have the actual letter or word on their triangle, we would just not place anything, and we would remove the card to the bottom of the stack. We're going to continue until all pictures on the triangle are covered on every single page of the student's triangle. Okay. So then I will show students that deer goes to ear by subtracting the D sound. And then we will continue that for all the other words. So house, if I drew a mouse, then I would say that we would subtract the M and add house. And add the H sound to house. So that would make the word house. So if I drew a hat and we subtracted the H sound and added the K sound, what word would we get? And that would be cat. Alrighty. And if I drew the word howl and we subtracted the H sound and we added the K sound, we would have cow. And if we drew the word buy and subtracted the B sound and added the sound, the E sound, we would get high. And that will continue on, and I will assist the students in subtracting and adding those word sounds to their new words. So that's the first activity. And then we're going to extend the activity by just doing verbal responses in the classroom. So when I say, let's think of a word. Let me see, I think I have that written actually. Yeah. So this is a extension of this activity. So if I take away the H sound in hat, so hat minus H would be what word? At. Alrighty. Okay, so if I add the F sound to the word at, which word did I create? F. To the at. Okay, so it'd be fat. So if I add the S sound to the word top at the beginning, what new word did you create? And
Stop.
Stop, yes. And that will continue on for several words until we can understand as a class that we establish the adding sounds to new words to create new words. Alrighty. So my homework will be a phonemic awareness sheet that I have. So let's see. Okay, so this would be the homework. And then this is just another subtracting and adding words, letters to make new words. So here's an example. We have the word fed, and then there's a bed. So they're wanting, the worksheet is stating that we take away the F and add the B sound, and we'll write the new word, and that would be bed. Okay, so do that. You can just do that. So we have the word den, and then we have a hen. So it's wanting us to subtract the D sound and add the H sound to create hen.
Hen.
So we have the word set, and then we have a picture of a net. And so it's wanting us to subtract the S sound and replace it with the N sound and create net. So that will continue on for the rest of the worksheet, and I will grade those on the next day when they bring those in. So the early finishers will create their own words from the words I write on the board that I'll have. So I'll have the words fed, fake, and light in hopes that they create bed, take, and I'm not really sure why I wrote the word light, but they could make it into might or any word they come up with that would replace that. So for special needs students,